So we'll have 2 bricks. And I'm going to set them up. It's quite strong for a Monday morning, but. So we have 2 bricks. I don't know if you can see black brick on black mat here. And the first brick we're going to lie over, and it's going to come here between the shoulder blades. And then the second brick here, you might need to adjust, come underneath and support the head. So have knees bent, and as you sort of peel yourself over the brick, it should be from the base of your shoulder blades, so not so low that it's near the floating ribs. And right in the center. And then if that feels pretty intense, you can have the brick underneath your head high to start with, and just open up the palms to the ceiling. So the collarbones are open, and you can start to feel that the shoulder blades drape over your bricks. Now I have particularly large bricks. They're quite fat, but normal sized yoga bricks should be okay for this. If it feels really uncomfortable, just roll up a towel and have that along the spine instead of a brick. That's a little bit too much for you first thing in the morning. Keeping the knees bent so the sit bones are coming down and you're right on the top of your sit bones. So you almost push the pelvis forwards, and then we start to get this opening through the diaphragm, the lower rib cage, the collarbones, the anterior shoulders, and opening up through the heart center. So as you start to let the body get heavy and release into the bricks, you want the back of the neck long, so you're not tipping the head back, and your chin is sort of perpendicular to the floor. Start to tune into the breath and deepen the breath. Close your eyes and allow your mind to settle and focus on the sensations. Quite intense for first thing in the morning. But as we start to take control of the breath, we can bring some reassurance to the body that it can let go. And as you feel the pressure of the brick at the back of the heart center, your upper back, between the shoulder blades, can you allow it to soften? So we get really stuck in this area from our day-to-day work, but also emotionally, we get really stuck around the heart center. And as we start to open up and use the breath to feel clear and fresh as you inhale, some fresh energy, exhale and feel as if you're letting go any of the old stuff from the past, from last year, clearing the path for the new year. Setting an intention to start afresh. And as we clear the heart center with deep clearing inhale, right from the base of the belly, all the way to the top of the lungs. Exhale and releasing. We can find a clear path to our truth, to what really matters to us. And that's a really good way of starting the new year. Just tune in, what do I really want to feel? How do I want to feel? And once we start to identify that, clearing away what we think other people might need from us, we can work out what we need to do in order to feel that way. And when we work out what we need to do to feel the way we wish to feel, we start to be who we really want to be. Clearing the path to Satya, our truth. Take another 3 breaths here. Inhale, clearing, smooth and fresh on the inhale, all the way through the torso, opening up the chest, exhaling, letting the upper back release into your towel or your brick. letting go of any feelings, behaviors, attachments that no longer serve a purpose. 2 more breaths. Exhale one last time here, clearing the path for your fresh start. Turn the palms down and take the thumbs just behind the sit bones. And as you push the forearms, the hands into the floor, you can start to come up, peel off the bricks. Just come off to the side if that feels easier. And just take the bricks out and come and lie back down. And let the back, the spine settle into the floor. And take the arms and reach back overhead, reaching back through the fingertips. And just shift the hips a little from side to side as if you're lengthening the side body. So you can rock the knees a little, but also as you rock the pelvis, you're lengthening the sit bones down towards your heels, one at a time. And then take hold of the right wrist with the left hand. And just slide ever so slightly the shoulders to the left, straighten the right leg and shift the right heel ever so slightly to the left. And then take a couple of breaths here and you might be able to just hook the right calf with your left toes. Opening up in a banana shape, take a couple of breaths into the right side. And really allow a sense of clearing into any stuck or tight areas here. And then exhale, come back to center, bring the right foot next to the left. And again, reach back through the hands, lift the chest a little bit, maybe arch your back. And then let the spine settle and take that stretch to the other side. So the shoulders shift a little to the right as you take hold of the left wrist. Straighten your left leg and bring the left heel over to the right of your mat. Maybe hook the calf with your left toes. So both shoulders are still on the floor. The back of the pelvis is centered on the floor. And breathe into your left side, so into the lungs, clearing any tight spaces that you feel. And just hugging the shoulder blades down a little, back into the body as you reach out. Another breath here. Come back to the center, separate the hands, bring the feet next to each other. And just as you inhale next time, press into the feet, lift the pelvis, not too high. Take a deep breath, opening up through the heart as the sternum comes towards the chin. And then as you exhale, bring the arms down, the pelvis down, and hug the knees in. And just rock a little side to side, easing out the lower back. And then roll to the side. And just come up to sit for a moment. So you can sit how you wish. You could grab your brick and just sit up on top of the brick, cross the legs into Sukhasana. And take the hands, just rest them on the knees, the thighs. And as you feel that you're bringing the spine into alignment, the crown of the head above the shoulders above the ribs, ribs above the pelvis. Feel the pelvis rooting down. And from that foundation, feel a lift in the spine as you inhale, clearing all of that old stuff. Exhaling to settle. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. And just once more, bring your attention to what you want from your year ahead, your intention for the year. How do you want to feel? What do you need to do to feel that way? How can you clear that path to be who you want to be? Connecting to Satya, your truth. Take a deep breath. And then open the eyes. And inhale, sweep the arms up. Take the left wrist. As you root the left sit bone into the floor, hinge over. I'll look as if I'm doing the opposite way. So hinge over to the right. And breathe into your left lung. Inhale back to the center, change your grip to the right wrist. And hinge over to the left. Rooting that right sit bone into the floor. Inhale back to the center, and as you exhale, this time twist to the left. I'll mirror you this time. So your right hand on the left thigh or the knee, taking your left hand behind so that the spine stays tall. Take a couple of breaths in your twist here. So as you open the chest round to the left here, can you also bring the twist to the lower belly, the belly button? So inhale to lengthen the spine, exhale. Can you twist the lower part of the torso? And then breathe into it. Try and keep tension out of the jaw, the shoulders. Stay tall as you inhale, release the hands. And then exhale, twist all the way to the other side, hand to the opposite knee. The hand behind you pushes into the floor to give you that space, that length through the spine. And then just work with a couple of breaths here. As you open the chest to the right, can you bring the lower belly into the twist? Take your focus into the rest of the torso. So it's not just the shoulders. And then breathe into that torsion, that compression of the torso in the twist. Clearing out, giving yourself a wringing out. And then inhale, lifting the arms. And as you exhale, take your hands to the floor and bring hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And walk the knees a little bit further back from the hips. Spread the fingers wide, really pressing into the four corners of your palm and the pads of your fingers, and pay special attention to the thumb joint, the index finger joint. So you're really powerful through the hands. Hug the arms towards each other as the shoulders slide away from the ears. And then tone the belly. So as you tone the belly, you're drawing the pubic bone towards the navel, the lower ribs draw into the body so you feel stable and secure. And then on your next inhale, try and keep that steadiness through the torso and reach back through your right heel. Straighten the right leg, pelvis square to the floor. Inhale here. As you exhale, exhale through your mouth, Simasana. As you draw the nose towards the knee and hug the thigh up towards the chest. Inhale, straighten. That again, lengthen the crown forwards. As you exhale, curl the spine. As you really pull the tummy muscles in, squeezing knee to nose to knee. Good. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Really squeezing out, getting that clearing sense. Feel the heat releasing from your breath. Let's do two more. Try to stay steady so you're not arching your back, you're not lifting that foot higher than hip. You're really drawing your belly in. Keeping the time. Let's do one more that side. Good. And exhale. Bring right knee next to left and just take a moment to steady the torso again. So drawing the tummy muscles up, bringing the lower ribs in. Strong through the hands and arms. Inhale the left foot back. As you exhale, Simasana. Breathe all the way out before you inhale and reach that foot back behind you. And again, take care not to dip through the center. We're drawing the belly up, staying steady through the torso and squeezing the thigh towards the chest as you exhale. Inhale, let's do three more this side. Squeeze the buttock as you straighten the left leg. Simasana. Squeeze out all of the grubbiness, the stuff you don't need anymore, the old patterns, old behaviors that don't take you where you want to be. Good, last one. Squeezing out. Lovely, and then bring left knee next to right and sit the hips back into child. So you can take your knees wide, you can keep the hips lifted if your knees don't want to flex completely, but just let the head bow. And then press the hands gently into the floor. Feel how the outsides of your armpits, the upper arm, roll down towards the floor. So you have a little power in the back of the shoulders, the arms. And breathe into the back body, clearing the spine, letting the head just relax for a moment.
Draw the belly back with the end of your exhale. Now the breath is inhaling and exhaling through the nose if you can. Start to lift the hips a little, tuck the toes and find your way into downward facing dog. So just walk through the feet a little bit, stretching out the hamstrings, the calves. And then bending the knees. Can you lift the sit bones really high? And then draw the tummy muscles, the lower ribs back in. From the back of your heart, root back into the hands, pressing into the hands, taking the gaze to the toes. Lots of space for your spine. And then release the heels, the ankles, stretching the plantar fascia, the soles of your feet. Let the head release as the shoulders hug into the back of the heart. Lovely, your best downward facing dog of 2023. Inhale to lift the left leg, lift it really high, and then start to stack the hips. Keep that leg straight, both legs straight. Straighten the top, yeah. And then stack the hips a little so you can look out underneath the left armpit. Keep both arms super strong, pushing into the floor. And breathe into the left side, the left hip flexor, the left waist. Bend the knee. See if you can bring the heel towards the bum a little. Take another breath here. And then bring left foot next to right. We'll do that again. So stay powerful and connected through the hands, the shoulders are strong. Lift the leg, both legs straight. Stack the hips. Look out underneath the right armpit. Take a breath. See if you can feel a stretch all the way from the right hand to the right foot. And then bend the knee, keep the knee high. Take another breath here. Find some space. And then bring right foot next to left. Lovely. And then let's walk the hands back to the feet. So bend the knees. The heels just ground when they meet. Feet hip width apart. Soften the knees. Let the torso rest on the knees and let gravity just give you a little traction here. Give the head a shake. Release the arms. Lovely. And then start to firm the legs. As you take the hands to the shins, the crown of the head lengthens forwards, clearing space through the spine. Inhale here. As you exhale, soften the knees. So in order to straighten the knees, you might even need to have your hands up here on the thighs and a little bit more upright. So really working through the legs, bending, releasing. Inhale, firm the legs. Taking the hands to the knees, the shins, wherever they fall, toning the tummy, and then releasing as you exhale. Just do two more like that. Inhale, super strong, hugging the legs towards each other. And then exhale, last one here. Inhale, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale to soften. Soften the knees, sit back through the hips, sweep the arms alongside your ears, and then start to come to Urdhva Hastasana, standing, push into the earth, reaching up, looking up, bring the palms together, exhale, hands to the heart. Lovely. And then come to the front of your mat. Just going to flow through a couple of really simple sun salutations just to get the body moving. So just focus on the breath and your movement. So feel your feet, the foundations of Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, fold deeply. Soften the knees as much as you need to. Straighten the knees, firming the thighs. Inhale, lengthen forwards. As you exhale, you're going to step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, forwards into plank. Exhale, lower to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Hug the shoulder blades towards the spine. Exhale, release, press back to your knees. And inhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. Again, can you feel a firm foundation through your hands, inner edges, fingertips? Hug the arms towards each other, and from the back of your heart, push into the hands, into the ground, into the foundation, lifting the hips high, toning the belly. One more breath. Looking to the thumbs, you can jump or step forwards. Inhale into your Ardha Uttanasana, hands to the shins. Exhale and fold. Sit back, bend the knees, sweep the arms. Inhale, all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's do 2 more. Inhale,
Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Hug the shoulder blades into the back of the heart. Exhale, release to the floor. Inhale, knees lift all the way downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Feel your foundations. So make little adjustments in the pose so that you're making the best version of the pose that you can. Drawing the lower ribs in, lifting the hips, stretching the heels back as the last thing you do. Lovely, look to the thumbs, jump or step forwards, inhaling, Ardha Uttanasana, hands to the shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale. Good, last one, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can jump or step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, find your way back downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths. And really tune in not just to the breath, but the little adjustments that you can make to make your downward facing dog even better, to be the best version that you can. Drawing the lower ribs in, lifting the hips high, shoulders draw into the back of the heart, release the head, ground from the back of your heart into the feet, into the hands. And then breathe into all of that space. Look to the thumbs as you inhale, step or jump forwards. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sit back, sweep the arms. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. We'll flow down and add a few more variations. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, step the left foot back, long step, drop the left knee. Take the hand onto the right knee and walk the right foot out a little bit wider. Turn the toes out 45 degrees and then lunge as you lift the heart. So ground the left hand. You might, if you want a little bit more space, have your hand on a brick, your left hand on a brick. So you're quite wide between the right foot and the left hand. So there's room for your pelvis as you lunge. So tone the belly a little bit, but lift the heart. Can you draw the shoulder blades into the back of the heart and start to look up? Lovely. Now sweep the right arm alongside your ear. Good. And then start to circle it back. So you can keep the gaze on the hand if your neck feels okay. Start to reach it back. And then sweep it forwards. So inhale as you sweep forwards, low through the hips. Follow it to the peak of your circle. Exhale as it goes back behind you. Let's do 2 more circles. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Opening up through the chest, the shoulders. Lovely. And then walk that right foot back in. Take the right hand to the outside of the foot. Take the left hand onto your mat. Lift the back thigh and step back into plank. Good. You can keep the feet hip width apart. Firm the thighs, firm the belly. Draw the lower ribs in and push from the back of your heart into the floor. Good. Take an inhale here as you exhale. Control your descent to the belly. And then inhale into cobra. Good, maybe a little higher this time. Lengthen the torso forwards as you bring that back. And just rest on the chest here for a moment. So press your 10 toes into the floor. Have your hands in line with your chest. And just squeeze the shoulder blades in towards the spine. And then the tips of your shoulder blades are going to draw down a little bit, as if you're really hugging into the back of your heart. And you should feel that there's more space between your ears and your shoulders.
So the front of the shoulders lift away from the floor. Lengthen the tailbone, protect your low back with a little belly toning, and just lift the hands off the floor. Feel as if you're lengthening from your feet to your crown. And here the firmness in your legs helps to support your lower body. So your thighs are firm, your belly's firm, your 10 toes pressing into the floor. Squeeze the shoulders into the back of the heart. Good, now keep that lift and bring your hands down. So when we come into Cobra, we want the back of the body to be working. We're not just pressing into the hands. So then see, can you get the upper back to work, shoulder blades drawing in, and a little pressure into the hands, lift a little higher. Shoulders away from the ears, hugging into the back of the heart. And then exhale, release, lovely. And then press back, find your way to downward facing dog. Let's take a breath in down dog. And again, what do you need to do to feel how you wish to feel in downward facing dog? Free and easy. This is your rest pose. Lots of space through the spine, reaching from the back of your heart into the floor. Take another breath. And then inhale, lift the left foot. Exhale, step it forwards and drop the right knee down. Your right hand can be wide off the mat, or it can be on a brick to give you a bit more space. And your left foot has walked a little wider and turned out to the side. So then the knee follows the alignment of the toes and we can lunge deeply. So start just by having your left hand on your knee and broadening out to the side. You feel a stretch through the front of the pelvis. Good, a little tone to your belly so you're not compressing in the low back too much, and sweep the left arm alongside your ear. Start to reach back, opening up the chest. The right hand is strong, pushing into your brick or the floor. And then move with your breath. So you inhale, sweep the arm forwards. Good, and then as you exhale, open up. Inhale and exhale. Just do 2 more circles. Inhale. Exhale, open up, shoulders to the back of the heart. Lovely. And then bring the left foot in, bring the hands to the floor and step back to plank. Great. Hug the legs towards each other, tone the tummy. Good. And then see, can you bring the shoulders a little bit more onto the back of the body? Super strong. Inhale, exhale, and control the descent to the floor. So you might have your knees down. Good. Now take your hands either side of the chest, spreading wide, press the 10 toes into the floor, firm the legs. There's a firmness to the buttocks, but you're not gripping. And then can you squeeze the shoulder blades into the back of the heart? If it helps to do that, lift your hands off the floor. So you're really drawing the shoulders down and in. And then you can gently push into the floor, but there's work in the upper back here. Lengthen forwards. Cobra. Squeezing the shoulder blades in. Back of the neck long. Take another breath here, Cobra. And then release to the floor. Tuck the toes. Find your way back to downward facing dog. Lifting the hips high. Shoulders draw to the back of the heart, away from the floor. The head can release. There's no tension in the neck and the jaw. But you're really rooting into your hands, aware of the power in your arms. Take another breath. And then step forwards to the front of your mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and lower. Inhale. Sit back a little, knees bent, push into the earth and reach up. Maybe even you can take the gaze up. Lovely. And then exhale. Hands to the heart. Well done. I'm going to do a standing twist. You can use the wall. I'll give you both versions. If you want to use the wall, if you don't feel super steady when you balance, you're going to lift the leg that's closest to the wall. So this is my right leg. I'm standing close enough to the wall that I can then walk my right arm back. The left hand comes to the outside of the left knee, but you're rooting into your standing leg, really tall, toning the core, the torso,
And then twisting, so you're opening the chest to the wall, or to the right side if you're not using the wall. You push your left hand into the right knee and then push back into the hand with that knee. Or you're without the wall here. Good. Now as you stand and breathe into your twist, reaching out from the heart into the fingertips, standing strong on the foundation leg. Can you get the twist to come into the belly? So not just opening the chest and the shoulders, but you're drawing the rest of the torso round. Feel the belly button move. Good. Can you take another breath in your twist? Lovely. You might not be with the wall. Good. Start to come back with control. Keep the knee bent. Sweep the arms up. And then bring the right foot next to the left. Inhale, look up, lengthen. And exhale, hands together in front of your heart. Well done. We'll do the same. I'll show you with the wall, but you don't need to use the wall. So if you are at the wall, it's the left knee is closest to the wall. Great. So start by finding your foundation. Feel really strong standing on both feet before you lift your knee in line with your hip. Take the opposite hand to the outside of the knee. Stay tall so you're not bending forwards. Good. Push the hand and the knee together. Oops. Try not to knock the pictures off the wall. And then reach back with this other arm. So you're turning towards the wall or all the way to the left. So you're opening the chest, the heart. And then see, can you then twist deeper? Use the tummy muscles drawing back to twist the lower part of your abdomen, the lower part of the trunk. Lovely, standing nice and tall. Take another 2 breaths, pushing into the standing foot. Lovely, now stay in control as you come back. So unravel, sweep the arms up, and then bring left foot next to right, look up, and then exhale, hands to the heart. Lovely. Well done. Let's step back with your right foot with a long step. And here we flattened the right foot. The toes are pointing forward, so to the long edge of the mat. And line up either heel to heel or heel to arch. So you can keep the hands to the heart for a moment. Can you lunge through that front knee? Nice. And then take the arms out just for a moment into warrior 2. Again, can you draw up from the pubic bone to the belly, lower ribs draw in so you're really supported through the trunk. And then you're going to inhale into reverse warrior. So your right hand comes down, start to reach the left fingertips as if you were going to touch the sky. Yeah, hugging this shoulder blade down there so you're not scrunching, losing space. And then lunge a little deeper. Lovely. Breathe into the side body, the left side. Great. Take another breath here, rooting into the outside of the standing leg, the straight leg. And then we're going to sweep through warrior 2 into side angle pose, so Parsva. So again, 90 degrees at the knee if you can, but stay lifted through the left side of your body. So we don't want to collapse here. So you're pushing the elbow down into your thigh. You've got space here, and then sweep the right arm alongside your ear. Rooting into your right foot. Can you breathe into the right side and then breathe into the left side? Find some space. Take another 2 breaths here. Really feel that you've got space through both sides of your body. Then stay low through your left thigh. Start to come back up through warrior 2. Straighten the left leg. Turn the toes parallel. And then turn the right toes out. And bend the right knee, warrior 2 to the other side. So just be sure you're not reaching your hips back. So your hips are in line with the ankle and the front knee. So you're opening through the groins. Lunge a little bit more through this front knee taking the arms wide, toning the tummy, so you're lengthening the tailbone, drawing the lower ribs in, supporting the torso. Reverse warrior, left hand to the thigh, turn the palm and reach up to the ceiling, hugging that shoulder blade down, but at the same time, lengthening the arm. Lovely. Take another 2 breaths here. Can you breathe into that right side of the body, the right lung? And then we transition to Parsvakonasana. So through warrior 2, take the elbow to the thigh and then sweep the left arm alongside your ear. So you're not collapsing here in the left shoulder. This left shoulder blade is drawing into the back of the heart. You've got lots of space for the neck. You're reaching from the back foot to the fingertips. As you turn the body, bringing the right ribs round, can you push the elbow into the thigh? So there's space on the right side of the waist, the right shoulder as well. Nice, and then breathe through the lengthening of the torso. Finding space. And then begin to reach back with the left hand, come back up into warrior 2. Straighten the right leg, turn the feet parallel. Take the hands to the hips. Great, and then hinge at the hips, taking the chest forwards. You can soften the knees if you need to bring the hands down. And then you're just going to drop your right knee to the floor. So the right knee comes to the floor, your left leg stays straight. Great, and if you've got your brick handy, you might need your brick. We're just going to do Parigasana, gate pose. So the left toes are pointing forwards. Again, you're drawing up, so you're not sticking your bottom out here. There's space in the front of the hip joint. You're going to take your left hand onto the brick. You might be a little bit more flexible than me, and you might be able to take your hands to the floor. For me, that's not quite there. And then take the right arm alongside your ear. So the brick is in front of the left shin. So try not to twist towards the thigh. So we're still open and square to the front, belly button pointing forwards. And then open out through the side. Yeah, so you can have this brick pretty high. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. So let's take another breath here. And then start to come up, gate pose. And then we'll take that to the other side. So bring left knee in, stretch right foot out. And the foot and the knee are in line. And then the body is stacked above the knee and the thigh. So we're not leaning forwards or leaning over. So your brick can be here, or you might be able to reach the floor, and your sides might be different. So you might need a different length. We're still grounding that right foot. Bring the right side of the body round, so you're still square to the front, and then start to reach through. So I can feel that I'm twisting. So I'm going to come a little higher. Lovely. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, hugging them into the back of the heart. And then can you get space in the right waist as well as opening through the left? Take another breath. And then begin to come back up and move your brick just to the side. You'll need that in a moment. Bring both knees in and come onto your back, feet hip width apart. So you can just hug the knees in for a moment, release any tension that's built up in the lower body and in the spine. And then bring your feet hip width apart and take your brick, and you can choose which height you have it. You could have it flat or on the middle. If you've got lots of space and you feel, and you've done it before, you can have it on its highest setting. I would recommend the middle one. And then just roll the shoulder blades into the back of the heart. So you feel that the shoulder blades have drawn into the spine and you're open through the collarbones. So then as you push the head into the floor, the upper shoulders into the floor, your back starts to lift, push your feet into the floor and just slide the brick underneath your sacrum. So you have a flat brick with a flat bone and it should feel comfortable. And get it to the point where you can then even roll the upper arms and the shoulders under a little bit more. So you get more lift through the ribs, the heart space, the sternum reaches back towards the chin, keeping the knees parallel as if there's energy coming from your pelvis through your knees straight to the bottom of your mat. Great. And you can reach the ears back, the hard palate back towards the floor, connecting the skull to the earth, the feet to the earth, and let the pelvis release into the brick. And just breathe into the side body, into the front body, the diaphragm opening, making a bit more space. And as you close your eyes and focus on your breath, again, can you get that sense of clearing, fresh, new, vital energy coming in through the whole of your body? And as you exhale and let the pelvis get a little bit heavier, can you feel a sense of releasing old stuff, the past, the old year, clearing the way to be a truer, clearer version of yourself? How do you want to feel? What do you need to do to feel that way? You can clear the path to feeling how you want to feel. Then we can become who we want to be, who we really are. Clear and connected. Letting the breath soften. Just for the final pose of Shavasana, push into the feet, lift the pelvis off the brick, slide the brick out, and then peel the spine back to the floor. And let it settle for a moment. Feel the connection of the upper back, the back of the skull, the back of the waist, the pelvis on the floor. And when you're ready, find your Shavasana. So maybe your legs are straight, or you can keep the feet wide and rest the knees together, so that you can totally let go. That sense of letting go. Letting go of habits, of behaviors, of attachments that no longer help us to feel how we want to feel. Let go into Shavasana. Say Shavasana is the most important pose of your posture of your yoga practice, because it is representative of the end of something, the letting go of what has gone before. Corpse pose, that sort of death and rebirth. So as we start to breathe a little more deeply, bringing the feet together, stretching the arms overhead, breathing into the whole body from the soles of your feet to your fingertips. We're starting afresh. Letting go of everything that's come before. Hug the knees in. Have a little rock and come up to seated. And bring the hands together in front of your heart. And with great love and gratitude, namaste.
Thanks, everyone.